It's 3 a.m. and I still can't sleep, but I feel sedated, fading in and out of consciousness has got me frustrated, waiting for the blissful moment when I get to escape myself. Shutting all my friends away, I don't need your help, no. So many issues where to start, my soul feels battered, torn apart, a waste product of the wrong life. I can't keep track of all the lies that I thought loved ones in the past. The human in me clearly died, now I'm a monster. Don't know how to stop, still needing more. Cannot see the height I'm reaching for. Trying to get out of bed on the count of 4. Just despite, man, feel the obsession. I've been here before. Cannot avoid the emotions. Listen closer to the voice. You don't got a choice. Lost devotion. Stops the motion. Takes you and makes you pick up the bottle. Twist the top off and trying to hope. Going crazy, guess I need a plan. Hoping to settle down like sediment. To see the path for reinvent, redesign, redirect. Truly a sign of a better man. But how do I move forward when I do not even know still who I am? There are people walking around at a 60, still confused, looking around like what the hell? How does one get in such a state? And how do I avoid such a fate? Not kidding around, man, I need some help. Wouldn't wanna end up wasted like some washed up shell. Yeah, I got issues, dreams and wishes, all the same. Trying to make them silence all the pain. Have to stop the bad thoughts or I'll go insane. It gets hard when you can't find the one to blame. So many issues where to start. My soul feels battered, torn apart, a waste product of the wrong life. I can't keep track of all the lies that I thought loved ones in the past. The human in me clearly died, now I'm...
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of my new account experience. This time it's episode number 54 and I hope every single one of you wonderful people is doing just splendidly. Another Monday, another episode. Now, currently this isn't live. I mean, I'm not doing O3 right now, or Chief Beisa in this case, but I am showcasing this footage which I actually have recorded a few days ago. In terms of O3, of course, haven't finished it yet. I have never gotten that far, unfortunately, but I have gotten to O3, which means one thing. For those people, for those of you that actually have seen the video, the episode number 50 of my new account experience, season 3 of course, those that have seen my amazing, wonderful performance when it comes to Gemsbok, when I was actually playing on my Necromancer, my 3 out of 8 Necromancer, 0 defenses drank, they would have seen me dying at Gemsbok, that old rascal. Regardless though, of course, it is what it is, you know. I learned that was the first official time I've been at O3 World, well actually just a mini-boss for that matter, but regardless though, when I was of course gathering clips for this here montage that you have seen, by the way, it features my own song. It's called 3 a.m. and you guys can feel free to check it out on the top right card on the screen right now. Regardless, this has been something that has happened. Of course, you guys saw me drop that tier 6 Bane Serpent poison. I think it's called Bane Serpent. I don't actually know. I don't have it in front of me. Hold on, I'll check it. Yeah, I don't have it. I have it on some other character. I can't see. But whatever, it's the white tier 6 poison, which is just nice drop. People actually managed to open the O3, the Oryx's Sanctuary. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I want an assassin, but fuck it. You know, for the sake of learning. I think my meds were kicking in as well. That was fucking funny. Anyway, so yeah, I ended up just giving it a try. Of course, the actual castle, I don't actually know if each of the castles themselves are longer, like maybe they're different, because like when I was with my friend Fabian in the episode number 50, when we were doing James Bog, the actual enemies and the Oryx's Sanctuary, the castle, whatever you want to call it, the enemies that led up to Gemsbog, they felt, number one, a lot easier and a lot like faster. Like it felt like it wasn't taking as much time to get there. But this time when I was doing this was Chief Beisa, yeah. It felt like it kept on going and going. I don't even know if it's like longer or if the enemies are more difficult. Now we did have people which were worse significantly. I don't mean to hate on anybody present on screen right now, but yeah, safe to say, it's not how to put it lightly. They were not specialized, and the support was not amazing. I think we had like 2 priests and maybe a warrior. I don't know. Regardless, though, Chief Beisa seems to have this like nice little on the side, on top, left, bottom, and right. There's like these pillars which actually do buff, like they give like healing, I think. I don't actually know why that is there, regardless though. But yeah, I managed to complete Chief Beisa as seen on the screen right now. Regardless though, what I've learned in terms of Chief Beisa is probably just that you need speed. It turns out to be pretty good that I ended up being on an assassin, despite that not being the intention. I was not gonna go there on an assassin willingly if I had known that they were gonna pop. It was just an average realm. How the fuck was I supposed to know, you know? But yeah, those people, they popped it, and it then ended up being a pretty good thing that I had the speed, because of course, well, as you guys probably see, there's a lot of running around. That's basically what I've realized while doing this mini boss, is just that you need to be quick on your toes, your tippy toes. You need to fucking run, dude. That's what you need to do. Because, honest to God, yeah, he's very unforgiving to those that don't have speed. I really just been running around. I haven't really been trying to hit him, because it's not, how to put it lightly, it's not really easy for me to hit him. I kind of gave myself the goal, listen, I'm just going to run around and try to survive. I'm on mission objective survive, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what I did as well. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend, I'm not gonna sit here and try to tell you like, oh, it was smooth sailing all the way around. I think an 8 out of 8 died as well along the way. Because as I said, there's just so much movement you need to do. You basically have to rotate around the room, and I don't, like, maybe I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comment section down below, but I actually think that are there any like actual phases of this guy? I feel like this entire fight was just me running away, like he's just chasing you. I'm sure there's phases and shit like that. I'm too lazy to check the fucking wiki to see what the phases are and what they're called. I know he says a whole bunch of bullshit. One thing, of course, which was a massive pain in my ass, and I ended up nearly getting sad on one of those. Of course, I'm talking about the burbs. Those burbs are fucking, they're plague. They are literal plague, because they're, first of all, I wouldn't even mind. Okay, yeah, so there's birds, they run around, they explode. Cool. Only issue, I can't see shit, okay? And nobody can see shit either. I don't think anybody died directly to them, but just knowing that on the black background, with the black birds in there, with their black shots, that's horrible. The only, like, giveaway is just, like, when they start flashing before they explode, before they bust a nut. they actually start flashing, I think, which is, like, the only way you can tell they're even there. Like, people that have bad vision like me, God forbid you're colorblind, you're basically fucked. I guess you're basically fucked playing this game, period, but Chief Beisa specifically is just like, yeah, nah, fuck that shit. I'm gonna talk about 03 as well, because I have managed to actually get to 03. Now, we got about halfway, we've managed to take about half of his health, but I don't really know if it's half of his actual health, or just the first phase. Now, of course, I am not exactly living under a rock. I never really got into, like, 03 himself, never got to kill him myself, but I have seen people do it, obviously. I know that there's a whole phase where he's like, you know, he turns big yellow and white and shit, and, you know, he is harder and shots do more damage and blah 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 blah. But like, I don't know if he gains a whole new health bar or if it's the part of the same health bar. Like, I think I don't think we had started like 20 people and we ended up having like 13, 12 people in the end. Just running around and people dying. Regardless though, I don't know if by like third of health left, or like if he only has like quarter of health remaining, he actually then turns and he keeps the same amount of health. Or if he just, you have to kill him and then he gets a whole new health bar. I don't actually know. Regardless though, yeah, for me basically not much has changed. I'm sure this phase is here, but I've just been fucking running away because I was dying all the way around. Not really much to learn here other than just stay the fuck away from him. Especially when he starts rotating, he turns himself into a pickle. I mean a fucking tornado. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, that's basically like when he's at his fastest moment. He can easily just sit on you, sorry, and he can just basically one-shot you, I'm pretty sure, with the amount of bullets flying everywhere. It's just like my friend Fabian said, like, it's like, yeah, people might say that he's easy, but I wouldn't say that. Even with the speed that I had on my assassin, which is obviously maxed, I think I had even, well, I don't think, I know, I mean, I can see that right now. I have the coral silk armor, which also gives like 3 or 4 speed, something like that. I had like 79 or maybe even 80 or so speed, but still, I felt slow. Like, legitimately, I felt like I could not outrun this dude for shit. I genuinely cannot envision myself what it would fucking be like to actually be like on a night with like 50 speed. Like, you're just doomed. There's nothing you can do. Like, how the fuck do you plan on running away from this, or Beisa for that matter, with just 50 speed? Like, motherfucker does one weird movement and you're toast. Don't get cornered. I guess the room is circular, so it's kind of hard to be cornered, but you know, nothing is a perfect circle in Realm, okay? So you could still get cornered even in a circle, which is a weird sentence I didn't expect to be saying today. Regardless, yeah, 0 out of 10, don't recommend this experience. Do recommend the loot though, which of course I haven't been around. I haven't really been around for, unfortunately. Because as you can see, right about now, yeah, I ended up just fucking bitching out because, yeah, I don't know, listen, dude, I don't really, I'm not used to this sort of speed. I mean, I'm used to my sprite rolls and maybe like Forbidden Jungle, you know, and if I'm feeling daring enough, I could maybe do O2 or like the crawling depths with some people, you know, but this is not something that, that I was able to do, at least not first time. This, again, this was the actual first official time that I have been at 03. Regardless, welcome everybody, welcome again. I'm back in my little vault, my little vaulty area. Yes, how you doing? So I'm live again. I'm doing some stuff, moving around and shit. Yes, it's good stuff. Now let's actually start playing. One thing to note before we do so, I'm going to start drinking a bunch of potions. But I would like to actually mention something before I do, and that of course is the previous episode, where unfortunately things happened and they didn't go quite as I would have hoped that they would go, if that makes any sense. I made a claim in the very beginning of the episode, the previous episode of course. The claim of course was that, hey, look at me, the footage is perfect 60 FPS, and it wasn't, because not because the source wasn't in 60 FPS, the source was in 60 FPS. Well then, what was the problem? I'll tell you what was the fucking problem. The problem, mate, was the fact that my editing software is just fucking cracked. Like, it's weird. And it's literally cracked as well, but I meant it in like, you know how some people say, oh, it's cracked, like it's bad or whatever, I don't know. The point is, okay, what I'm trying to say is that I've had to do a bunch of testing. I had to export the same thing, same like 2 or so minute long footage, like 13 or 14 times. Look at that, I have 1666 base fame on this button, that's pretty cool. Anyway, obviously I was, what I have in mind right now is the pure, the idea that I had to, try to do a whole bunch of testing in order to even find out what the fuck is happening, and then I realized something very important, which would have been useful to know before actually exporting the 53rd episode, but I didn't actually have the chance to do all of this testing prior to releasing that episode with the statement that it is in 60 FPS, because I was running out of time, to put it simply. But long story short, I realized what the issue was, and it's completely counterintuitive. There is fucking no way in hell that I could have known that ahead of time, but by in short terms. By that I mean I have a fader. It's a super unassuming issue. I had a fader in the very beginning of the video, and I had a fader at the very end of the video. Why is that an issue? Well, it fucking isn't, but it means that my software was like, oh, I guess there's too many faders, so screw you, and it just caps it at 30 FPS, which I don't know why. It's stupid. It makes no sense at all. But since when have this game or me or anything I do made any sense, really? What ended up happening is I just had to put a cut, like I had to split the footage down the middle, and it was fine, because suddenly it was like, oh, there's a fader in the beginning, but there isn't a fader in the end anymore, so you're clear. I can export it in 60 FPS. But if there wasn't a split, but God forbid if there wasn't a split in the middle, well, oh boy, what are you doing? Oh, what do you think you're doing, buddy? Oh, you're the... And yeah, and it just... it just fucking decided to just be like, yeah, fuck you. And again, I had to find it out by testing it and exporting the same thing like 14 times with different editing parameters. Only then I could find out what actually was the issue, the cause of all of this. Now, let me be careful here. I know there's one defense potion which is soulbound, which I would like to drink first. Yes, it's right here, and I need 2 more, so I'll drink 1 here. I also need 1 more vitality, which I don't have here anymore. Yep, I don't have it here, so I'll have it. Yes, I'll have it here. So there you go. We're gonna be 2 out of 8 right now, and then I'm gonna become 3 out of 8 on defense. That's basically, to make a long story short, that's the plan for this episode. Regardless, you guys enjoy 60 FPS. Finally, this is what has been this has been in the plans for previous episode. Unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. Quickly coming back to the song 3 AM, you guys can check that and other songs in my on my music channel Venlazapine, again top right card right now. Regardless, oh, I had the Puppet Master, but I don't have 6 of those. I just have Scout the Lair. I guess I can be doing that. Hold on, there's one more thing I want to do. Pick up all of this shit. Yeah, it was pretty nice editing a montage. It's been a while since I've made a montage, and it's been a nice editing a montage with one of my songs as well, which has been very nice. I think it turned out well, and I haven't included the entire song in case you guys were wondering. You just have to see the rest of it for yourselves. Regardless, there's one more egg in here somewhere, and I don't really know where. There should be a canine egg. Yes, there is a canine egg, and I have maybe 1 or 2 more eggs in here. There's 1 egg in here, and there's no more eggs, unfortunately. Sucks to suck. Yep, there's none. It's been a while since I've done like a search for pets. Of course, I would still very much like to get Heal Magical Electric, which right now I just don't have, but we'll do that at some other time. Brown Puppy could be useful because it does have Heal First, but of course the remaining parameters, there's too many of them, and this just is not one that would match those criteria. Now, Yellow Cat I think is electric, but it could be Heal again, which I don't know. It is Heal, but then it's Decoy, which I'm not interested in. Okay, so Humanoid Egg, that glitched out, I guess. I don't know what happened here. Maybe there was like something happened. Do I have? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it just glitched out for some reason. Please be a baby. Fuck, it's not a baby. It's an abortion. I'm sorry. What? Yeah, this cannot be Heal First, so you get lost, my friend. You get out of here. Now let me go back to Vault. I'll quickly go here to the daily quest room. I actually have exactly one layer mark, which I don't know why, but I'm not gonna say why or why not. Regardless, you guys might have some questions about the thumbnail, and I understand your dilemma. Why am I considering Huntress to be a D class? Well, it's really simple, because D, for me and my statements and my little rule set that I have created when it comes to the technical terminology for my particular series, I call D classes disposable because, by the way, I exactly wanted to find a source. Thank you for that. I, of course, wanted to have characters that are going to be main characters, which I'm, of course, going to be playing on and putting a whole bunch of good shit on, but, of course, I'm also going to have oh yeah, this is what it does. Cool, interesting. I guess it kind of fits the theme here. But the disposable classes just mean that, hey, listen, I'm not gonna be putting my highest quality equipment on top. I'm just gonna be putting some low tier shit on them, and I'm not gonna be mixing them all the way. About 3 or 4 out of 8, of course, that means basically 4 out of 8 speed, vitality, dexterity and defense, which is why I'm excited to finally have this guy maxed in defense. Wow, this fucking takes forever. What does it even do once it reaches its little blob and it explodes? It inflicts 250 on impact, and then the stone does 850 damage over 3 seconds, or over 3 tiles, sorry, after 2 seconds have passed. Okay, that's not bad at all, that's not bad at all. Of course, there is a huge delay. I mean, it's 2 seconds, they say, but 2 seconds in this game feel like forever. Let's be honest. Let's see if I can make anyone in the blast radius. Yeah, no, I can't. Unfortunately, regardless though, to what I was saying about the D classes, like, I'm gonna be maxing them not all the way, and I'm not gonna put my best loot on them. And the whole idea for me is to have those D classes and do dungeons that I am not familiar with, like Shatters, Lost Halls, Fungal Caverns, and obviously, as you guys might have guessed, O3 and the mini bosses, because I think for the most part, for a very long time still yet to come, I think I am going to be stuck on the mini bosses with no way to return, really. So the mini bosses are gonna be giving me a run for my money still. However, in terms of progress, I think I've gotten further than before. I don't think I have it included. I might actually, but I'm not sure right now. I might have to dig in, but I think I don't have it. I would have to really search through the bin. I think I've deleted a bunch of footage. I actually had one other encounter with a mini boss, which I unfortunately most likely won't be able to show, but yeah, this tile radius, what is it, like 3 tiles? Yeah, that's horrible, Jesus Christ. There's a closed realm in here. I would really like to get a move on. I think we've made it to the boss here. Yeah, I've made it to, obviously you guys have seen me do Chief Beisa, Gems Bog, that's the episode number 50, you guys have seen it before. You can go right to the top right as well, probably, if I remember to put it there. Regardless though, Yeah, I have done Gemsbog, which haven't turned out too great for me. Regardless, though, I have also run across Chancellor Dama, and Dama. What I've learned from him is that he, unlike, well, Gemsbog, he does have some clearly defined phases, I'm sure. Since only being there once, I wasn't really able to tell for 100% certainty what does what and what to avoid or whatever, but I have a better understanding now of Gemsbog than I did before. When it comes to Chancellor Dama, though, yeah, motherfucker has very clearly defined phases, and those phases are basically, well, he spawns like little minions that like do a bunch of shots, like green shots from what I remember, and he just kind of rotates around. This is kind of cool and also terrifying when he's changing those phases up and you don't know what phase comes next. There's also one phase on which I nearly died, which was a phase in which okay, can you stop chasing only this dude? I would actually like to do some damage too. Yes, there you go, you guys. We maxed in defense as well. Quickly run to the portal so that I can still make it to Oryx. Regardless, though. Oh, that was beautifully timed. Mwah, chef's kiss right there, right? In terms of Dama, the phase that got me, that was the phase where he, like, you have to basically go, there's like these purple, like, shots, and you have to go in the center, and he has, like, these knives that he throws. Of course, he has the knife wall, which I'm not referring to right now. I thought that was gonna be the plague of my existence, though it didn't really turn out to be that case, thankfully. Regardless, though, in terms of Dama, there's another knife phase which I'm actually referring to right now, and that is the phase where, again, there's like these purple like laser beams, I don't know how to describe it, and then he like throws these little super small knives. They do piercing damage, and yeah, they do insane damage. There's like 200 or something, 250 maybe even piercing damage is insane, and yeah, I ended up taking one too many shots and had to head to Nexus. I think I was on my wizard, but I don't really know anymore. It's been quite a while. That was before when I was figuring out how to actually play with 60 FPS. I had to do a bunch of settings and had to change a bunch of things in order for that to happen. Regardless, though, yeah. So that was the only other mini boss that I ended up trying out and inevitably failing. Still, though, there's another thing in terms of maybe something that hasn't worked super well. Has been for me that I haven't changed, or at least I haven't noticed or haven't figured out how to actually turn off the effects of my allies, where like you see those little like buff icons that my allies have. Like, I don't know how to turn them off. I don't even know if you can turn them off. That's just one thing that I've thought of randomly, because, well, I'm seeing a lot of them. There's just too many of them right now on screen, and I'm not really excited to see that. Let me throw a little slowy here. Actually haven't played on a it's not a mystic and it's not a necromancer, it's a huntress, yes. Huntress. Basically, in terms of this class, I haven't been playing it either. I mean, I haven't played a huntress for years, literal years. Somebody died after that, dude. Okay, yeah, sure. Anyway, so of course I'm not used to those throwable. I can actually utilize this sulfuric stone here, because obviously Janus ain't going anywhere. But those they're not poisons, they're traps basically. I'm not really used to them, but thankfully though they are very, very similar to poisons. In which, look at that, I got another defense, don't really need it anymore in here, but, so, yeah, obviously I have a main character, not a disposable character. I have a main character right now, which is an assassin, of course. You guys have seen me fuck around with him while I was doing Chief Beisa, but regardless though, that's my main character with all the good shit. That's why I was not so happy about being at Beisa with this character, because obviously that's not, you know, something I want to lose. Regardless though, the poisons thankfully are very, very similar to the traps in the way they fall, in the way how far they go, and I mean they obviously follow the cursor, at how fast they fall, and also the splash radius. No, the only benefit here for Huntress is that there isn't really a splash radius. I mean, okay, there is a splash radius in which that the trap does 500 damage, which is actually really good. I don't know if this is affected by a whiz mod. It could, but I don't think it is. Regardless though, it wouldn't be much effective since the only whiz you get is like 50. So yeah, regardless though, there is a splash radius, but for the Huntress there's also basically there's like an actual it's a trap. You just set it in a certain place and it stays in that place for as long as it's you know, for as long as it's as nothing ventures out of its comfort zone into it. This, by the way, all of those shots do 1,000, so of course I'll be very, very much a spammy boy this fight. But yeah, now I think I can dance. Dancing isn't too difficult here. In terms of slow, like in terms of even the damage, I'm quite surprised that it actually does 500. Like I didn't think it would do that much damage, but it does. And well, unfortunately, for the sulfuric stone, which is really cool, but honestly, it's not like that useful still, because like, okay, I'm gonna have to dip out of here, because like again, the damage is nice, it's nice, but like it's not that great. It's like twice as much as what this is, and it doesn't slow, but it does also inflict 200 damage, which is the splash effect, I suppose, which is like, so it's about 2.5 times more potent in terms of damage, but it's not like that insane. It's alright, but it's nothing crazy. Do I have Vitality maxed? Yeah, I do. So somebody has shield rune. Do I want to have another Hydra? I mean, Griffin Hide, I don't really think I need it. The Wisdom, don't really think I need that either. People aren't gonna be doing O3 in here, so I'm gonna probably just dip. So yeah, I've been recording for 32 minutes now. It's about time that I dip for realsies. Regardless though, thank you everybody for checking out my video, for listening to me. If you have any more tips regarding the O3, regarding the mini bosses or the learning processes, then of course you guys feel free to hit me up. And yeah, I will be reading all of your comments. I will be reading through all of your suggestions if you guys have any, of course. With that said, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be seeing you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.